All right, Matt Morrow, Charlotte Football Insiders. Glad to be back here once again, bringing you some great information. Of course, with COVID-19, we don't have any real fall high school football right now, but we've got a great option here that we're going to talk about today. The Austin P. Duke Foundation, APD, is introducing something called 9-on-9 football. And we're going to bring him in here today with us to kind of explain exactly what they're offering here. All right, how we doing, sir?
Hey, what's up, Matt? How you doing?
Good, good. So, for everyone, this is Austin Duke right here, former Panthers receiver. So, what exactly is 9-on-9 football here?
9-on-9 football is just another way to incorporate the offensive line and defensive line into the excitement of 7-on-7. Just another entertaining way to play as a team and build team chemistry and go out there and just compete, man. That's it.
Very good, very good. So I know you guys have some, different rules that are a little different, than 7-on-7 because you do involve the offensive and defensive lines.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, when you think about 7-on-7, it's like, well, what's the offensive line, defensive line doing throughout that? Well, they're doing drills. Drills are fun, but everybody wants to play. Especially now with COVID, everybody was expecting to be playing this fall and playing as a team. 7-on-7 is more so the popularized game of big time recruits or just single individuals in going to a club team and they ball out. It's a good option. But what we're trying to bring to Charlotte is a more inclusive game. And I know all the big boys, they've been killing my DMs, man. Hey, well, what about us? What are we going to do? This, that, and the third. So, me and my team got together and we're like, look, this is what we're going to do. And so far, they've loved it. And that's just been the biggest thing, is that inclusion, being able to still strategize, still being able to keep the run game. And the most important thing is really getting the offensive line and defensive line involved and getting that quarterback moving. And 7-on-7, you do a lot of standing around as a quarterback, and it builds bad habits. And as a quarterback, you want to be able to climb the pocket, move around the pocket, scramble, keep your feet moving while you're looking downfield under duress. And 7-on-7 doesn't provide that, but 9-on-9 does. So that's just the number one and number 2 points of why we want to do 9-on-9.
Very good, very good. I mean, for linemen, I think it's great for them to, stay active and,
Right.
not just have to just do drills on the side and don't get that experience of doing competition outside of maybe one-on-ones at a camp.
Right.
That's a game situation type deal. So that's an awesome deal. So yeah. So how can, kids or schools get involved in this opportunity that you're offering?
Right. So we're opening it up to all the schools around. We haven't figured out where we want to cap it at yet. It's probably between 12 or 20 schools. We kind of want to keep it a smaller league this first year. But pretty much we want that leader of the football team or that a volunteer coach. We want them to be able to assemble this team. We understand that CMS coaches can't necessarily be involved, but you can definitely promote to your school and to your boys that, hey, this is a great program. This is a great way to stay together. And there's some pretty good incentives in that as well. So we want to promote it that way to be able to keep it high school teams together and come out and compete and stay together as a team. So we'll have a registration link on our website. We'll have a flyer release on Instagram, but you'll just easily get your team together, speak with your leader or your captain of your team, get it orchestrated, and we'll have a minimum of 18 and a max of 36 players, which allows you to have either a 1-deep team or you can have a 2-deep team as far as strings, first and second string, and we'll go from there.
Very good, man. Very good. I'm excited to see how this comes about. As far as when are you playing? Can you share when you might be playing football for your games, and if there's a varsity or JV level, or some different things along those lines?
Right. So COVID-19 has completely messed up everything for everybody, for a lot of people. So we're trying to combat that. I think something else I want to point out that's really important to us is the COVID guidelines of safety. all of our kids will be mandated to wear a performance mask that we will provide. And also we'll have sanitation stations, and of course we'll be doing the 6 feet distance, social distancing. And then we'll limit it to probably 2 parents per game, or 2 parents per kids, and that's probably subject to change because we just don't even want to deal with fans or crowd. We don't want to add anything extra that can add stress to the situation. Um, so we're thinking about that, and but we're planning on starting the season September 4th or September 11th, just depending on the COVID guideline, and just depending on the field availability. So we're working on that. We have some things secured and locked in, but we just want to make sure that we're doing things the right way, putting our parents at an ease of mind and putting our kids in a safe environment. So we're willing to be able to have everything, exactly how we want it by September 4th or September 11th, and we're ready to play ball.
Very good, man. Very good. Awesome. So with, obviously the limited fan capacities, because of COVID, like you mentioned, is there going to be game film, or will it be live streamed or anything like that? And then if so, how could, people or, players possibly get access to that for their highlights and sharing with, their friends and family, things of that nature?
Right. So we will provide each team with a Huddle account. Each team that registers, we'll provide them with their own Huddle account, and we'll have the game footage, have that uploaded to the Huddle account. So that's one thing that we'll have for sure. We're working on a deal right now to have live streaming, so that's subject as an option as well. But right now, we definitely will have a Huddle and game film to create their highlight. We'll send it off to college coaches to help with recruiting. And then we'll be also working on the live stream broadcast for future games of the week. So yeah.
Awesome. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So can you share your website and social media where everybody can, follow you guys and keep up with how this progresses and, be able to sign up if they're interested?
www.theapdfoundation.com/909info. And then Instagram, we'll keep everybody updated. And it's the APD Foundation.
Awesome. Good stuff. I saw the video that came out when
what you think?
It was great. It was great. Yeah. Because
QVC.
Yeah, he does great work, man. But just looking at how it came together and see it in action, I think was a great thing, because when you say 909, people are kind of like, how does that work? And when you see the video and you see it live, it's pretty cool, and it definitely does represent more so real football, which is what you're going for here.
Right. I mean, and I want to just touch on these points too. And it's nothing wrong with 7-on-7. We'll still continue to do 7-on-7 as a foundation. But when you think of inclusion, when you think of excitement, when you think of the football and 7-on-7, you don't have to worry about running the ball. So you have the linebackers just taking off to their drop, and that's it. That's not football. That's creating bad habits. What we want the linebackers to be able to do is play honest. Take your run steps. See what's going on in the backfield before you take your drop. For the quarterback, you're not just standing there taking a snap and sitting there with your feet. It drives coaches crazy. It drops quarterback coaches crazy, because everything, like my guy Boone, I was talking to him, and I see how hard he works with his quarterbacks, moving their feet, doing drills. But then on 7-on-7, they say cut, and they just stand there and they're bouncing. Well, that's not football. You do that in a game, your throws are going to be high. You're going to miss low. You're not going to be as accurate, because that's not something that you've been reinforcing on a daily and game type situation or competition. So that's what 909 is. You're going to have, and it takes away from the 3 or 4 second clock that gets misconstrued every time in 7-on-7, where somebody's holding the timer down, or the refs counting slow. Well, just put it in defensive hand. If they can rush and they stops it in a second or two, all right, fine. If the offensive line can hold them for 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, all right, fine. That's realistic football. And the quarterback now has to be able to, keep his pocket clean, or be mobile in his pocket, know when to scramble, know when to go out of the pocket and still create a play without, feeling like he has to run the ball. But Aaron Rodgers, most of his plays comes from scrambling and he doesn't necessarily run, but a lot of plays happen out of the pocket. So I think that's a really good way and a good game to incorporate all of that. Yeah. So with the tag, they give lazy one hand tags, but we want to reinforce this rule where you're tagging with two hands, but it's not even fingertips. No, it's not fingertips. It's if you have to be in a football position and make the tag. If you're falling down and you're barely getting the guy, that's not going to count as a tag, because in real football, that's not what that would be. So we just want to reinforce that, and we want to continue to promote good habits and the fundamentals of football. It's going to help these kids when they actually go into their football season. They're getting recruited. They'll hopefully be a step ahead.
Very good, man. Sounds awesome. I can't wait to see it in action, and hopefully we'll be able to come out there and cover a couple of those big games that you're gonna have. Absolutely. What else we got to do?
Right. Just make sure you bring your mask. Bring your mask if you're gonna come.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I had to get some CFI masks because we starting to have to get out here and doing some stuff, so we gotta look official.
Right.
But man, I appreciate you coming on, and we'll get the word out about this, and I'm really excited to see how it comes together.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate your time, Matt.